Remember when Thanksgiving meant more than just turkey and football? Back in the 1970s, families celebrated with traditions that might sound alien today. What if I told you that back then, holiday greetings weren't just pieces of paper, but gateways to connection? In the 1970s, holiday cards were a big deal. These weren't your run-of-the-mill store-bought cards. They were elaborate works of art, featuring intricate designs that put today's e-cards to shame. Families would spend hours selecting the perfect card or even creating their own masterpieces. The real magic, though, was in the personal touch. Each card was a labor of love, filled with handwritten notes, family photos, and sometimes even holiday newsletters. Addressing envelopes by hand and licking stamps might sound tedious now, but back then, it was all part of the cherished tradition. Number 2. Door-to-door caroling. From mailboxes to doorsteps, the 70s were all about personal connections. But there's one holiday tradition that took reaching out to a whole new level. What if we told you that strangers showing up at your door used to be a reason to celebrate, not panic? Picture this. It's a chilly evening in the 1970s. You're cozied up inside when suddenly there's a knock at the door. But instead of grabbing the phone, you rush to answer it with a smile. Why? Because it's caroling season. Groups of neighbors bundled up against the cold would go from house to house, filling the air with classic holiday tunes. And here's the kicker. They were welcomed with open arms. Homeowners often invited carolers in for hot cocoa and cookies, turning a simple song into an impromptu gathering. Number 3. Fine China holiday meals. Speaking of gatherings, there was a time when even an ordinary Tuesday dinner felt like a special occasion. Picture this. Gleaming silverware, delicate china patterns, and centerpieces that could rival art installations. What happened to the days when setting the table was a cherished ritual, not a chore? In the 1970s, bringing out the fine china wasn't just reserved for holidays, it was a way to make any meal feel extraordinary. Families would carefully select their best tableware, often using heirloom pieces passed down through generations. Each plate, each cup held a story, creating a connection to family history that went beyond mere dining. The process of setting the table became an art form in itself. Intricate centerpieces, perfectly folded napkins, and sparkling silverware transformed the dining room into a scene of elegance. This tradition wasn't just about appearances. It elevated the entire dining experience, making every bite feel more special. Number 4. Hot Dr. Pepper. While fine china may have faded from everyday use, creative holiday drinks were just heating up in the 70s. Ever sipped a steaming mug of soda? Believe it or not, there was a time when serving piping hot Dr. Pepper was all the rage during Thanksgiving. What possessed people to warm up their favorite fizzy drink? Back in the 1970s, hot Dr. Pepper became a unique holiday beverage that caught everyone by surprise. Served warm with a slice of lemon, this unconventional twist on a classic soda offered a whole new flavor experience. The drink's popularity during the holidays reflected the creative and experimental spirit of the era, when families weren't afraid to try something different. Imagine gathering around the fireplace, not with hot cocoa or mulled cider, but with mugs of steaming Dr. Pepper. The sweet, spicy aroma mixed with the citrusy scent of lemon created an unexpected yet inviting atmosphere. It was a conversation starter, a novelty that brought people together in shared curiosity and enjoyment. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Number 5. Sending holiday telegrams. Speaking of novelties, there was another Thanksgiving tradition that had everyone buzzing with anticipation. Remember when holiday greetings arrived with the urgency of breaking news? Telegrams weren't just for emergencies, they were the Instagram of the 70s Thanksgiving table. In the 1970s, sending a holiday telegram was a special way to connect with loved ones far away. These brief typewritten messages, often delivered by a uniformed messenger, added a touch of excitement to the festivities. Imagine the thrill of hearing a knock at the door and receiving a distinctive envelope containing warm wishes from family or friends. telegrams weren't just about the message. They were an experience. The act of sending and receiving them felt more personal and significant than today's quick texts or social media posts. They reflected a time when reaching out to loved ones was a cherished tradition, one that required effort and planning. Number 6. Figgy Pudding. From instant messages to instant desserts, our holiday traditions have certainly evolved. But there's one treat that's more myth than menu item these days. What if we told you that figgy pudding was once as essential to Thanksgiving as turkey and stuffing? You've probably sung about it in carols, but have you ever actually tasted figgy pudding? This rich, steamed cake filled with dried fruits was a staple holiday dessert in the 1970s. It wasn't just about the taste. The preparation and serving of figgy pudding were often accompanied by festive rituals, creating a warm, communal experience during the holidays. Families would gather in the kitchen, mixing ingredients and steaming the pudding for hours. The unveiling of the dessert was a moment of anticipation, often accompanied by ceremonial lighting and singing. It was more than just a sweet treat. It was a symbol of togetherness and tradition. Number 7. Popcorn garlands. As we wave goodbye to figgy pudding, let's string together memories of another lost tradition. Remember when decorating the Christmas tree was a full family affair, complete with needle, thread, and a big bowl of popcorn? This tasty tradition might just pop your perception of holiday decor. Back in the 1970s, families gathered around to create festive garlands using nothing more than popcorn and thread. It was a time when holiday preparations were less about shopping and more about crafting. Picture everyone huddled together, carefully threading popped kernels onto long strands, creating edible decorations that would soon adorn their Christmas trees. This wasn't just about decorating. It was about coming together. Each popcorn garland represented hours of shared laughter, conversation, and the occasional pricked finger. These homemade chains added a personal touch to the holiday decor, a far cry from the mass-produced ornaments we often see today. Number 8. Holiday TV specials. While we've traded popcorn garlands for store-bought tinsel, there's another 70s tradition that's all but vanished. Remember when the whole family huddled around a single TV set, eagerly awaiting those once-a-year holiday specials? It was an event that shaped our cultural DNA, but would it even be possible in today's on-demand world? In the 1970s, holiday TV specials were more than just entertainment. They were cherished family rituals. Animated classics and star-studded variety shows transformed living rooms into cozy theaters. Families would mark their calendars, planning their evenings around these must-see broadcasts. The anticipation was palpable, with kids and adults alike counting down the days until their favorite characters graced the screen. These specials weren't just shows. They were shared experiences that created lasting memories. The excitement of watching together, laughing at the same jokes, and singing along to familiar tunes forged a sense of unity that extended beyond the living room. It was a time when TV brought people together, rather than isolating them in separate rooms with personal devices. Number 9. Yule logs. As TV specials brought families together, another tradition was keeping the home fires burning. Remember the Yule log? It wasn't just for decoration. This festive firewood played a starring role in 70s holiday celebrations. But what made this particular log so special, and why did families treat it with such reverence? In the 1970s, burning the Yule log was a cherished custom that went beyond mere warmth. Families would select a special log, often adorning it with festive decorations like holly and ivy. This wasn't just any firewood. It was a symbol of hope and renewal for the coming year. The act of burning the Yule log was a moment of togetherness and reflection. As the flames danced, families would share their wishes for the future, believing that the smoke carried their dreams skyward. It was a time to let go of the old and welcome the new with optimism and joy. Number 10. Christmas light competitions. From indoor traditions to outdoor spectacles, the 1970s knew how to spread holiday cheer. Ever wonder why your parents talk about the good old days of Christmas decorating? Back then, neighborhoods transformed into winter wonderlands, with house-to-house battles fought with twinkling lights and inflatable Santas. In the 1970s, Christmas light competitions were a big deal. Homeowners would go all out, covering their houses and yards with elaborate displays that could rival small amusement parks. These weren't just a few strings of lights. We're talking about synchronized light shows, moving figurines, and enough wattage to be seen from space. The excitement was contagious. Families would pile into their station wagons, thermoses of hot cocoa in hand, to drive through neighborhoods and marvel at the displays. It wasn't just about the lights. It was about community spirit and holiday magic. Number 11. Holiday train sets. While outdoor displays lit up neighborhoods, another magical world was taking shape indoors. Remember those tiny locomotives chugging around the base of your Christmas tree? What if we told you these miniature marvels once rivaled video games for holiday excitement? Holiday train sets were more than just toys in the 1970s. They were the heart of a cherished family tradition that transformed living rooms into winter wonderlands. Families would spend hours setting up elaborate landscapes beneath their Christmas trees, complete with miniature towns, tiny people, and of course, the star of the show, a miniature train. These weren't just static displays. The joy came from watching the train chug along its track, winding through tunnels and over bridges. Kids and adults alike would gather around, mesmerized by the intricate details and the rhythmic sound of the train's journey. Number 12. Silver Christmas trees. As magical as those train sets were, another holiday trend was about to take Christmas decorating to new heights. Literally. Picture this: a shimmering silver tree that seemed to glow from within, rotating colors dancing across its metallic branches. Sound like something from the Jetsons? For many families in the 70s, it was just another Tuesday in December. Silver Christmas trees burst onto the scene, capturing the imagination of holiday decorators everywhere. These aluminum marvels were more than just decorations. They were a statement. Showcased in popular catalogs like Sears, they quickly became the must-have item for the modern home. But what made these trees so special? It wasn't just their futuristic look. Many came with color wheels that rotated, casting a kaleidoscope of light across the metallic branches. This dazzling display transformed living rooms into miniature discos, perfectly capturing the era's love for all things shiny and new. Number 13. Christmas Club savings accounts. While futuristic decorations sparkled, a different kind of forward thinking was happening at the bank. Ever wonder how families in the 70s managed to afford all those twinkling lights and shiny ornaments? The answer might surprise you. And it's a tradition that could transform your holiday spending habits today. Enter the Christmas Club savings account, a popular financial tool of the 1970s. These special accounts allowed families to set aside small amounts of money throughout the year, specifically for holiday expenses. It was like having a piggy bank at the bank, but with added interest and a dash of holiday magic. Before the convenience of online banking, Christmas Club savings accounts were a practical way to manage holiday expenses. This simple yet effective system helped families avoid the financial stress that often comes with the festive season. Instead of scrambling for cash in December, they could focus on enjoying the holidays, knowing their Christmas fund was ready and waiting.